Oh, did you hear
Sorry, I'm having trouble understanding right now.
that? You need to
Please try a
turn
little
that
later.
off. Hey, Max! What a week, man!
You know, I was thinking, I believe it was Wednesday. I was just like, I just turned to myself and I go, what a week. I go, what a week. You know what I mean? Like that.
I just said to myself, I was
Right?
like, whoa! What a week!
I just fully cold clocked myself. I go, what a week. And I punched myself in the mouth. I'm going to stop the viewers directly in their tracks. I got a haircut. It's not our main topic of news, but it should be a large portion of the show.
I just want to say, let me get this right off the bat, that if you have shared or liked or subscribed, we owe you so much. Like, you just make our lives worth living. Yeah, wow, it has been quite the week for Flames.
Right.
And
right. Actually, you know what? I saw there was a fire out my window. As you know, I live on the 34th floor. So I have a great view of the city, sue me. And the other day there was a lumberyard fire in the Bronx that just lit up the sky. Let me tell you something. Smoke billowing.
Beautiful.
I was like, where am I? Yeah, I know, it was gorgeous. It was like the Olympic torch being lit. And it was just someone's house. But it was beautiful.
Yeah, art has gone too far. The things these street artists will do.
So performative. Like, I saw this fire raging. I was like, it's a Banksy. I get it. I know Banksy when I say
this flame thing has Banksy written all over it. Speaking of something that went up in flames, Mulan, everyone hated it.
Wow. Yeah. Well, there's a problem with China, I heard.
Yeah.
They don't like, because it was filmed where they have the concentration camps that they have going. So. And I would go on a limb and say Mulan would not be a fan of the current climate. Disney princess, more like Disney dictator. Put her in jail.
They're gonna appoint us to #1 news.
#1 news.
What if we only had one story and we just called it the new? I have some hot gossip.
I want to hear it. I would want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Okay, so we all know who Kirstie Alley is, aka the woman who cannot keep the weight off. Oh my god. She in the tabloids for years. I lost 40 pounds. I gained 40 pounds. I lost a leg. I gained a leg back. So Kirstie Alley, local icon, has come out and said that she does not approve of the Oscars diversity new rules or whatever. They came out and they were like, it's got to have this many people of color, this much representation if it can be nominated and whatever. And she was basically like, that you're ruining art by demanding that these things take place and that there has to be a bunch of representation, because what if the story doesn't call for a lot of representation, which is kind of a good point. I mean, like, what if you're filming at like a farm in the Midwest? The odds are that you have an Asian, a Latina guy doing all this stuff on the farm are particularly slim. I mean...
My point, though, I really hate when it's frustrating when a racist makes a good point. I don't love that.
I don't love that either.
It's like, you know what? It's like, as a fan of facts, as a newsman, I have to appreciate that.
Sure.
But as a certified anti-Kirstie Alley person, I don't think Kirstie Alley has to worry about this new rule kind of taking roles away from her. She did that herself.
Yeah. That was...
most of her performance.
Yeah, I mean...
Conclusion, I think, is give us more Asian farm people from rural Alabama in the 1920s.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty good story.
I would watch the hell out of that movie, let me tell you.
I really would.
My story, there was an 80-year-old man, this is in Great Britain, that...
No!
Yeah, I know, gas. There was an 80-year-old man in Great Britain, that's it, that's the story. No, he got lost on a hike. He got separated from his hiking partner during a hailstorm. They sent out the government, they sent out the military, 4-day search for this man. They have a press conference at a local pub. I get it, you're in London. Well, you know what I mean? And he strolls in. He's like, hello. If I was alone in the woods for 10 minutes, I would die.
Definitely. Yes, you can't survive
Yeah.
any hardship whatsoever. I do think, though, that when you get older, there is a part of you that is so delirious to any general concern about anything that you're just like, what, I'm just camping? What? Yeah, well,
Yeah,
got
if
lost
you make
in a
it to 80,
hailstorm.
it's because you... If you make it to 80, it's because you refuse to die.
Yeah.
That's a personal choice.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, it just turns into a rager, right?
Yeah, I mean, they threw down, and unfortunately, he did pass during the party at the pub. He drank too much.
I was like, oh my god, this is important to the story. Maybe you should have included this a bit earlier.
No, he's fine. I'm sure they just, beat him or something. Elder abuse is a real thing. Next story.
I'm glad he got his beer. I wonder what kind of beer he drinks. Maybe that's the secret to living that long.
I had him pegged as a stout, a porter, a heavy beer kind of guy. You know, one of those in the little chubby mugs, like a little chubby cup, like this.
That's what they call me. That's my nickname, Chubby Cup.
I'm a chubby mug. A chubby cup.
Our next segment, we're bringing this segment back. It's called I Regret to Inform You.
The fans love this segment.
Yes.
But I do regret to inform you, this week I have deleted more tweets than I have left up. And what that means is I open Twitter and I say, this is a funny tweet. And I fire that off into the ether. And then 45 minutes later, I reopen Twitter and I say, why would you post this? Why did you think this was good? And then I take it down. I think about deleting my account. And I think about maybe moving, maybe leaving the country for a little bit. The same goes for TikTok. And the interesting thing with TikTok is that no one's watching them either way. So people aren't really paying attention. It's for me.
So
things are going well.
Okay, we all know that it is a heavy internal emotional burn when you have to delete a tweet. It feels as though not only does nobody agree with me, but no one has texted me to say take it down. No one cares about me. I have to figure it out on my own.
Yeah. The worst part is that you used to be able to tell yourself, well, maybe I posted at a bad time, maybe nobody saw it. And then thanks to Twitter analytics, you can actually click and see, 200 people saw this. I am just the worst. There is one joke that I've been trying to make work for multiple years now, and it never will. Not on Twitter, this is just on stage. Every so often, I'll bring it back and be like, this is the time. It just, the premise is, it's about getting drunk while watching Shrek, and the joke is, you're getting Shrek'd.
My regret to inform you, what I regret is that I've been watching a lot of modeling reels on Instagram, only to waste my time and because I'm never going to be a model. So I don't know what I'm...
Now, when you say modeling reels, do you mean them kind of posing? Walking on the walkway?
It's like all of these...
Mean, sexy at home?
It's all of these models who are doing, motivational things where they'll be like, they told me I couldn't model because of my nose, but, and then they have all their pictures. And so for me, obviously, if I were to do mine, it would be they told me I couldn't model because of my height, my nose, my cheekbone, and then I would go down a very, very, very long list. And then
I think I can think of 6 more right now.
Yeah, see?
Bombshell of a news story that dropped on my news desk the other day. You hear about this one? TMZ, former employees came out and said, it's a terrible environment filled with racism, misogyny, sexism, discrimination, harassment, and just rude behavior. And I have to say, what a twist. Who saw that coming? Who saw it coming that the company that requires its reporters to follow Gigi and Bella into every bathroom they go into and ask how high their skirt is up is somehow an unhealthy work environment? The place that follows 16-year-old TikTokers when they leave a steakhouse and goes, yo, did you guys have sex yet? is somehow in an environment that is kind of toxic. And I will call Ripley's, because believe it or not, this is happening.
I have Ripley's on speed dial for these types of occasions.
Somebody, can somebody in the team get Ripley's, please? Can somebody get Ripley's?
And let me tell you, they will be dumbfounded. They will be. Here's my thing with these TMZ people. Is anybody who works there is obviously going to be the worst person you've ever met in your whole life.
Ellen, that's news, because the whole point was that she was like, we're a family, nobody gets waterboarded in the back of this show, and then like she's beating them with sticks in the meetings and stuff, and she's just kind of like pelting them with snowballs filled with rocks.
Right.
And that's a surprise. But TMZ, no, yeah, we know it's toxic. That's kind of your whole article. That's the whole website.
That's kind of the fun of it too. If you were to come out and
it's you guys attacking celebrities.
That's your thing. And
if you're not attacking each other, then you're just a fake hoe. I would be disappointed if they weren't. Yeah, if they weren't mean to each other, I'd be like, okay, so you're a liar.
You know what would be fun is if TMZ reported on this themselves.
They have one of those televised meetings and they're like, so TMZ, I guess, has a lot of problems behind the scenes. And just a woman's getting slapped in the background.
Our business? No!
Get out! The guy reporting on it is like, you're not going to believe this, but I guess TMZ's having a lot of trouble behind the scenes. He's like taking a photo underneath some girl's dress. We should apply to work at TMZ!
We really should. We'd be good. And we would be like, and we won't report you for harassment since we... No, that's part of the gig.
Yeah.
But anyways, if you're watching this now and you're like, oh my god, TMZ, I can't believe it. Us at What a Week, we do not stand for any of this harassment stuff.
All right, next story.
Okay. Okay, so my story is, for starters, there's going to be no 9/11 big old ceremony because of coronavirus. When do we say, okay, it's been long enough that we can be like, okay, we'll all watch this thing from our houses and, you know, kind of like a Christmas special.
Yeah, when does it switch to a parade? No, I think, no, I mean, I guess when your slogan is never forget, then you're kind of a hypocrite.
Yeah, that's
true. If you forget.
So you have to keep, we have to keep doing stuff for it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Actually, and that's why World War II, their slogan they chose wisely, it's okay to forget.
Coronavirus has caused so many deaths. I mean, I don't even know the number to date.
It's like 200 9/11s.
You know that there are a bunch of people who are pissed off, being like, what do you mean we're not going to have the memorial or whatever? Like, this was the worst thing to ever happen in the country.
I love that it's Southerners upset about the 9/11 memorial because it had nothing to do with them. 9/11.
I feel like a bunch of people who weren't even around 9/11 consider 9/11 to be the worst thing to ever happen to them.
Well, that's because it gave them an excuse to go overseas and shoot some people.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Why Toby Keith's never been in the island of Manhattan. He was like, stick a boot in your ass. It was like, okay.
How rude.
Are we going to have to cut this?
So, more to do with coronavirus, though, is that Scotland and England are now saying that it's a maximum of 6 people that can be at a little shindig. And it's like, can't we just come out and be like, let's stop all hanging out? Do we have to, are we going to drop it from 10 to 6 to, okay, now only 5?
Well, so did they have it at 10 and they moved it down to 6?
Yeah, they moved it down to 6. But here's the thing with me is, it's like, nobody's listening anyway. If you're hanging out with people, you're hanging out with people. Actually thinking about it, and I was like, how many people have I really reached out to during all of this? And it's a very small number. It's a higher number that I've reached out to, an even lower number of who've checked in on me. I feel like there's a very small list of people in Los Angeles. I mean, I've had people, all over the place, but in LA specifically, I'm kind of like, hey, just a reminder, does anybody want to reach out? And just, I'm fine, but...
Sad life you live. All right, let's move to the final thing, roasting time. It's roasting time. I will go first. I have chosen this lovely photo of Kelly. and you can see she looks fun, a little sweaty, and
I was in
we have
Disney World.
You were in Disney World, it looks like it. And I have chosen to, what we want to do this week is less than roasting, just be like, this image is also this image. And so this image is also this image.
Thank you. I honestly, I take it as a compliment. Can't hurt
It is.
me. Can't break me. So, Max, your picture, I have this where you are smoking a cigar. I don't...
Right.
Do I understand the vibe? No, I don't. You look way richer than you are, which is nice. And this picture is actually this picture. Where you look like Jennifer Lopez. And I know you get that normally, even without the cigar. But I feel like here you look particularly like... She looks great smoking a cigar. You're okay, but she looks phenomenal. Do you think she is the hottest 50-year-old ever?
I would love for you to point to another one, a hotter 50-year-old. I'll take my crown. Thank you.
How old is Guy Fieri? Okay, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
For the love of God. Because we... God, do we need it. We need your love and support more than ever, one might say.
We're going to go out on a limb here. It's a bit of a Hail Mary, but we're hoping this show pays our rent next month, respectively. So we're going to need to go from $0 in revenue to about $4,000, and I think we can do it.
I think so. Because I only get prettier every freaking day, man.